All right, the usual 3, 2, 1, go. Motherfucker, that hurt my thumb.
Yep, that's making it in the pod.
Yeah, it's gotta go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 442 podcast. I'm Azar Mathani, and as always, I am joined by the wonderful Tommy Sandy
Hello, hello.
and the luxurious Tony O.
Morning, boys. Yeah, hello. Not bad, Tommy. Still waiting for you to come back to your back to basics, but you've had a good weekend. Feeling good about yourself, I'm sure.
Physically, maybe not so much. Playing four, 60-plus minute games over the stretch of less than 48 hours. It takes its toll on the body, but worth it when you get a tournament win. That's for sure. And then you have a Zer who's like didn't get enough footy. He had to go play another game on top of that back when he got to Toronto. So I don't know how he's feeling right now.
So many bits of my body are in so much pain.
Apparently, your
But-
thumb is the worst, which is,
Yeah, that was great. I just, of all the things, somehow my thumb feels the worst. So, all worth it in the end, though, because a good weekend for the soul.
Yes, it was nice. It was nice to play with you Zer again in a tournament. It's always fun. It's always a good time. And we had a few of the lads from your Toronto team as well. Really good, really good players. Just a very enjoyable experience, especially when you win. It makes it all the sweeter.
yeah,
Look
congratulations.
at Tommy
boys.
not talking about the fact that he scored the winner in the
Yeah,
final.
he's just waiting for us to for you to bring it up. I didn't see it. I still don't believe it. But yeah, congratulations. More silverware to the Nunes Cup. We are a national treasure. Like, I
Yeah,
think.
you know what?
Yes.
You know what? Yes, we are.
I
Yes,
think
we
so.
are.
We've done our bit for the footballing community. So, yeah, no,
Big pat on the back for ourselves. Well, what a way to
Okay, yeah,
start
I'll
the
do
day.
yeah.
But honestly, even if we had lost this tournament, this weekend would have been good for my soul.
No, it
because
wouldn't.
Real Madrid have beaten Liverpool in the Champions League final. Honestly, so much love for Thibaut Courtois. Like, I would need a stepladder, but I'd like get up there and give that man a hug.
Yeah, Tommy, what do you think of Courtois?
He had a man of the match performance for sure. Good
Would you
game.
say he's the best keeper in the world right now?
I think you have an argument for it. I wouldn't go out and, spread the word, but yeah.
Tommy, you're on a podcast. This is the perfect time to spread the word.
Yeah, that's literally why you're here. So
You know what? I'll leave the Courtois comments to you guys. You guys,
Tommy,
what do you guys think?
I'll ask you a question. Did you prefer his save on Sadio Mane in the first half, where he tipped one onto the post, or did you prefer his save against Mo Salah in the second half, where he forearmed one over the bar?
I mean, preferred is an interesting word. I mean, I'm glad that Liverpool didn't win.
Such a hater,
But
bro.
Well, I'll put it this
in
way:
terms of no.
which one nourished your soul more?
Oh, which one do I think was the better quality save? I certainly think the one
That
on
wasn't
Mane.
my question. My
No,
question
but-
was about
no,
nourishment of the soul.
Oh, no, I'm changing
Please
the
answer the
question.
question, Tommy. No,
And,
that's not how this works. I ask the question, you respond.
Okay, the outstretched hand where he dove and hit onto the post and recovered to get the rebound, I think was definitely the better save. But he also made at least two more high quality saves in the match, especially the one on Salah with the shoulder, and the one where he ran across goal with the lob over his head at the near post, and Salah was coming back
That was
post.
crazy as well. Yeah.
That was also a big save too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 9 saves in the final. most ever in the Champions League final. You could say Real Madrid defended well, but Liverpool breached them a lot. And, hey, I don't know. This tournament, the entire time, it's just felt like Real Madrid's name around the trophy, as it usually always is. I don't know how they've done this, but hey.
You just look at the path they've taken to the final. Look at the teams they've beaten.
Yeah.
Came from behind against PSG. Came from behind against Chelsea. Came from behind against Man City. And then held out Liverpool in the final. Like, that is a gauntlet.
And wasn't it during the group stage at home they lost to who did they lose to?
Sheriff Tiraspol,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot that they had Inter in the group stages as well.
Yeah, like it's just wild how they started the Champions League by doing that, and now they've went through what the teams that you just mentioned. That's one of the most insane runs that a team's got. I mean, I'm thinking Chelsea when we won it in 2012. Like that was also kind of an insane run as well in terms of unexpected results. But yeah.
Okay, Tommy.
How have you managed to shoot Chelsea?
No, it's just 2012 as well. God, 10 years ago. Anyway, yeah, their goal was really good. I think Modric plays a really nice ball. I think it's a Carvajal, like a line-breaking pass from deep, and yeah.
I mean, Tony, you say really great ball. I'm still on the opinion that he was trying to get that shot into the far corner.
Modric.
Oh, Modric, I'll say.
I do think Valverde is. I think it's a cross. I do. I think because look, I like that. Well, I'm 99% sure it's a cross. Let me just put it that way.
Oh, it's starting to drop. It's starting to drop.
Because I say that because that's the technique I like to use when I'm driving low balls across the box. You shape to shoot.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't listen to Tony. Don't listen to Tony. He never crossed in his life. It's always a shot.
What? Look at you on great. You are on the end of my crosses. And what, you think it's by accident? Okay, look. He gets the ball out of
Look,
his feet.
your shooting is wayward. I can't help that.
My shooting is not. You saw my finish on Friday. Yeah. Look, he gets the ball out. Go watch it again. He gets the ball out of his feet, and he shapes to shoot. That moves Van Dijk to his left. He makes him take a step to his left and creates just a little bit of a gap for him to drive the ball across. He uses the inside of his foot instead of his laces. Collapses it at the last second. It's a technique I like. You almost always works. It either goes just to the side or through the legs. It's brilliant play. And
I will call it a chance, and I will leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah.
I think the bigger sort of question in this goal is what was Trent doing? Because I think he's at fault at this one for sure.
I've got to be honest. I don't think Trent plays right back for any other top club in Europe. He's not a right back. He's not.
I think he'd get into the team at United.
I don't think so. He's getting your midfield for sure.
He's no worse than Wan-Bissaka checking his shoulder.
Yeah, I don't think Wan-Bissaka plays anymore. But
you can swap out Wan-Bissaka and Dalot. It doesn't matter.
What is he good at defensively? Nothing. He's terrible he checks his shoulder once, so he knows Vinicius is there, but he just never checks his shoulder again. He checks it earlier in the play when the ball gets, when Carvajal initially plays the ball to Valverde. Doesn't adjust his body so he can see both man and ball. I don't know, man.
Yeah, for me, that's
Tony,
the worst part. Yeah.
Tony, if you hear a knock on the door, don't answer it because that's going to be Jurgen Klopp. He's going to beat the shit out of you for saying that.
Deluded Klopp, yeah. He was in fine form in his press conference.
I didn't see it. What did he say? Yeah.
He indirectly said the reporter was asking a stupid question, which, in fairness, I think he was right. She was asking, I think She asked what was the difference between Liverpool winning and Real Madrid winning and Liverpool losing, and I don't think he liked that question. But hey, yeah, that one moment decided the game. Trends.
That's all Madrid needed. That
Yeah.
They were clinical. What? 2 shots on target all game?
Yeah.
4 shots total to Liverpool's 20-ish shots total, I want to say.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
I think in terms of Madrid, like we watched them play against PSG and Chelsea. They did not look. They looked terrible defensively, giving up chances
Yeah.
and conceding a lot of goals. They still gave up, like Tony, you mentioned earlier. They still got breached quite a few times, and they had Courtois bail them out with big saves. So it wasn't like it was like they were a defensive unit, rock solid. I still think Militao was like, crazy presence in there. I think he won every aerial duel that he contested in the game. I think that was one of the stats.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Carvajal
he was
good.
immense.
Wow.
Carvajal was good. Yeah, Alaba was getting in and getting challenges in and clearing too quite often. So defensively they were still good, but they weren't like great. And you know what? When Liverpool brought in Keita, boy, it went downhill. He did
That
not look good
outside
at all.
foot shot that he tried was maybe the
Ridiculous.
funniest thing in the game. It was fantastic. Do you think in his head he was yelling De Bruyne as he hit it?
Gerard. Yeah, no. It's not what you need in that moment. Thiago obviously wasn't fit enough to play 90 minutes, unfortunately. But my favorite moment was when Madrid brought on Dani Ceballos and he
Yeah.
was through on goal. It's just
Hey,
flashback.
Jesus
Oh, that
Christ, he
was
was so
awful.
bad.
He's so slow. It's like God. Yeah. Ceballos. But
Yeah, but he's got two
Yeah,
Champions
he
League
does.
medals now. Yeah,
you say 2? Yes, 2.
I think he's got 2. I think he has 2.
No way he
right?
has 2. No way. What? He was there, 2017? Is that the last time Madrid won 2018? Nah.
I think it was before his season or 2 on loan at Arsenal. He was there for one of them.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah, Arsenal legend, man.
The West Brown of Real Madrid. That's yeah.
I mean, but speaking of legends, Don Carlo, he's done it again. That eyebrow. You imagine, you looked at the sidelines, you see him standing there, the calmest man in the stadium, with one eyebrow raised, and you know things are going to be fine.
Yeah. The ultimate.
Do you think that this was just a long con by Everton to cost Liverpool a Champions League final by allowing Ancelotti to leave for Madrid last summer?
And so when is the con still going on? Because I'm wondering.
Potentially.
Yeah, okay.
Potentially. Look, I don't know the inner machinations of Everton Football Club.
Yeah. That's a bit of a stretch, I'd say. But yeah. Ancelotti.
Hey, sometimes you need to stretch to get the ball. That metaphor kind of works.
Hey, this also it also
say
marks
what's
the
up.
end of Gareth Bale's tenure at Madrid.
Yeah,
It was
that's
nice
true.
to see him and Hazard get some time on
Yeah.
the pitch at the end.
Yeah.
Admittedly after the game, but they were there.
yeah. I mean, it was nice to see. I mean, he's ending his career as a five-time Champions League winner, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he got some love at the end to the Madrid fans as well. There is a video where they were chanting his name, so at least that was nice to see. And yeah, I wonder what the future holds for Gareth Bale.
Probably golf.
Maybe Newcastle.
Nah.
It's close to Scotland. Scotland has a lot of golf.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, he could go to the SPL. Maybe Rangers or Celtic or something like that. But yeah, he's had a good run. I think he'll retire soon. Gareth Bale.
That's what I'm thinking too.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we were talking about Ancelotti. He's won the Champions League 4 times now? Most ever. Outright
Yeah.
most ever. Twice with 2 different teams. twice with Milan and Real Madrid. Yeah, he is the ultimate man manager, I guess, because there's, common conception or maybe a misconception is that he's not very tactical, but he just gives his teams a framework to play.
He knows his guys so well.
He trusts his talent. And, he's the perfect kind of manager for a team like Real Madrid.
And you can just see how much the players love him and they play for him. Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but sometimes, in the end, Thibaut Courtois was the difference in this final. And sometimes when your keeper plays that well, you just have to let him take a T-bow. That one didn't work. I felt it. I felt it as I was saying it.
I think that's just the time you guys transition to your next talking point or your next game.
I thought about it after we finished talking about Courtois, but, I had to get it in there somewhere. But one bit of Sadio news for Liverpool fans is that Mane is going to be leaving the club.
Yeah, let's talk of Bayern Munich at the
Better
moment.
pun, better transition.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
No props for that? I see how it is.
Yeah. There was talk of Bayern Munich, replacing, because, Tommy's favorite striker could be on the way out, Lewandowski. Potentially to Chelsea, I think.
Oh, no, Tony, don't say that stuff, man. What are you talking about? Clearly it's Barcelona. Come on.
How do I know clearly? They haven't signed him yet. So
I know, but all the talk we've had is him leaving for Barca. I think there's at least something substantial given that.
Maybe Todd Bowley will want a statement signing for Chelsea. He'll swoop in for Louis.
Yeah, we got a couple other players we can go for. That might be better off.
Yeah, Mane's not been feeling the love apparently at Liverpool of late. They've made several efforts to re-sign Mo Salah. I don't think they've made the same efforts to re-sign Mane. I don't know. Like, it feels like a natural point to ways, right? Like
it. I'm sure it sucks for Liverpool fans considering he's been part of such a brilliant front three for them. But also, he is 30 now, and they do have the natural replacements already in the squad. If you wanted to continue with him out wide, you have Luis Diaz, who can play that spot now. Through the middle, you have Diogo Jota. So the backup is there in the squad to step up and take over from him. And, I think it makes sense for Liverpool to get whatever 30 to 40 million euros that Bayern are rumored to be
25.
25?
Yeah, it's
that still
low.
makes sense. Still makes sense from the Liverpool point of view to cash in now.
He's always the guy that's moved, Like when he first joined Liverpool, he played on the right, and then they signed Mo Salah. He's moved to the left. They signed Luis Diaz. He's moved to the center. He's managed to excel in all three positions. Shows how good of a player he's been. 23 goals in all competitions this season. I think only 2 assists, something like that. Shows how his game's changed a bit. He's less of a creator and more of a finisher these days. So, he'll go down as one of Liverpool's best ever attackers. They've had a few. Yeah, but
definitely in the Premier League era for sure.
Definitely 100% their most successful, or part of their most successful period. So it's not for sure yet. He might still stay. I don't think that will happen. But it's could be a big domino that falls in this transfer window. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
I mean, speaking of the Premier League, the slate of teams for next season has been finalised. The Championship playoff final was on Sunday, and Nottingham Forest are finally back in the top flight. They beat Huddersfield 1-0 at Wembley in a game that wasn't without its controversy. Why is... I know he's retired now, but why is John Moss allowed anywhere near football pitches?
He is... Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand how everyone in the world can see that's a penalty, except for him. And then I don't understand how VAR doesn't overturn it. It's such an obvious... He very obviously... He booked him for diving, right?
I don't know if he booked him, actually. It's funny, Tony.
He just called it
a
like
dive?
a simulation and then didn't book him. Which is also just like, if he's diving in the box, you book him.
Yeah.
You book him.
When I saw the replay first, for me, I was like, oh, the player moved his leg out of the way to avoid contact and then kind of flopped after. So I'm like, oh, I get the call right. And then when you see like the other replay, you clearly see the contact, and that's why his leg moved that way. And I'm like, okay, I mean, how do you not see that as a pen? And then they just carry on. And it's for me that, I mean, you can say anything you want about John Moss, but it's like VAR is looking at that with all the replays, and they're somehow saying it's not enough for you to go have a look. And I don't understand that, because I was convinced like that, okay, from not being a pen to 100% being a pen. Maybe they should get me in there. Maybe that's the solution.
Get anyone else. Anyone else that's not a referee. And they give that as a penalty.
I want Tommy Sunday in the VAR room, and I want him mic'd up at all times.
Give him a tin hat. Give him a tin hat as well. Yeah. That's a costly decision, because I do think
that wasn't the only non-call.
Yeah.
There was another penalty appeal like 5-10 minutes later that I also think was a penalty.
It's a bit less agreed.
And they didn't have a look at that either.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you just can't. They just looked at it. You can't overturn John Moss in his final game. Whatever he says goes. Just let him.
That was his guard of honor.
I'm glad he's gone. Yeah, sure. £100 million guard of honor. Yeah, these decisions mean a lot. Right, like Huddersfield, I do think Forest were the better team, especially in the first half. They really took the game to Huddersfield, but yeah, that goal could have changed, or that penalty could have changed everything. But in the end, it's nice to have Forest back in the Premier League. There you were pointing out that the full contingent of Premier League, Champions League, or English Champions League winners are now in the Premier League. Is that right?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. We'll be hearing a lot of that this or next season. Champions of Europe.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait till they're down 6-0 to City and singing that. That's gonna be really sweet to hear.
Why do you wish bad things on newly promoted teams, Tommy?
You just know
what do they do? Is it because Chelsea will
happen.
inevitably concede 5 to one of them inexplicably in a league game?
Because you know it's you because I know Bournemouth's gonna beat us 4-1 at home, and so screw them. Okay.
You know things are bad when you're starting to identify with newly promoted teams. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I'm just saying. James Garner got the only goal of this game. Well, I guess it's been given as an own goal, so he got the only assist of this game. But I'm taking my wins where I can get them.
Yeah, my United's player of the season right there, James Garner.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you should put him in your midfield. He might actually be half decent. I don't know. But
I hope so. Like, I think Ten Hag's going to take a look at him in preseason and then decide. So I hope he does make it in, because he's a good player.
Yeah, how old is he? 20?
21, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
But I mean, we might as well move right into the transfer talk now that the season is finally and thankfully over. Boys, let me talk about how happy I am that the season is over. It feels like there's been a weight lifted off my shoulders now that I know that I don't have to sit and watch this shit every weekend.
Yeah, I mean, your season ended. It ended last week. It only just feels now like the season's over now that you don't have to watch Liverpool potentially win the Champions League. Is that it? Or
Yes,
yes?
yes, that was an added stress.
Okay.
The yeah, the quadruple was very much on, but they fucked it, and that brings me great joy. More shots of Liverpool fans crying in the stadium. Yes, please. But in terms of the transfers, probably the biggest transfer news so far is the one that didn't happen with Mbappe re-signing for PSG last week. Another 3 years and what looks to be essentially a controlling stake in the club.
Yeah, I can't believe they've gone and done that to like I get the money, okay, I get what is it, a $300 million signing bonus if I'm right
Euros.
on the numbers, euros, yes, and then however much per season I forget now, was 100 mil per season, yeah.
No,
but on top,
was it a 300 million euro signing bonus or 100 million signing bonus? And then
I think it was 300. Yeah.
okay, I thought he stood to make. Anyway, go on.
Either
And
way,
Progress.
the amount of wealth is generational now.
And then you have, but if it's right that he has say in future signings and with the coach, it's like you can't give a player this power. I get the money, okay, you can throw the money at him, get him to stay, I get that, but you can't have him. I mean, he's gonna have influence regardless, but to kind of go out and make it official is just not how you run a club. And it's just I find it just detrimental to football when you this is happening.
It's not how you run a club, but it is how you run a sports washing project.
That's true. That's very true.
PSG have done a lot of damage to European football in terms of transfers. They were the ones who started these ridiculous transfer fees, signing both Mbappe and Neymar in the first place for roughly about 200 million each. Like
Yeah.
no one's come close to spending that kind of thing. They really make a mockery of UEFA's idea of financial fair play. There is none when it comes to that. They're not even concerned about it. They have a guy on the what's his name on the UEFA board, right? What's
Nasser
his
El
name?
Khelafi.
Yeah, it's yeah. I don't know. Like you can't blame Mbappe for signing. It's just you can't turn down that kind of money, right? You just can't. His family
Oh,
is
absolutely,
set
absolutely
for it.
not. Like that's like I said, like I joked about the wealth being generational, but that
It
is
is.
what he's getting. Like you set up yourself, you set up your children, you set up your grandchildren with that kind of money. Like
Yeah.
who wouldn't take that offer?
You guys were asking me why I was so keen on Liverpool winning the Premier League, and it's because of stuff like this. Genuinely, it's just
I still maintain it's because it was to spite me.
no, it's not. Although I do think I understand.
There we go. Although there it is.
I was
Although
going to identify.
I know
with
how
you
your mind
in the
works, Tonio.
sense that I understand why you were against any kind of Liverpool success, especially.
I know how your mind works.
But if you really think about it, these teams, PSG, I mean, it's hilarious how they continually fail in the Champions League, but they will win it one day. They just will. And it's hilarious how Man City continually fail in the Champions League, but again, they will win it one day. Just know that they will. And guess who else will also win the Premier League and the Champions League very soon?
Newcastle.
It's just how it is, right? So, yeah, the reason I'm so keen on Liverpool winning, or I was so keen on them winning it this season, is just to continue to give that kind of belief that, it's possible in a way. Because, yeah, I don't know. Football's taking a really dark turn, honestly. It's it's becoming less about sport and more about, I don't know, sports washing, more about it's
Global
becoming
politics, basically.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, you even look at Liverpool's success. A lot of that is owed to PSG's stupidity in the first place in spending 200 million on Neymar, and then Barcelona not knowing what to do with the money. But that's a whole different story. But yeah, that's that contract. Yeah, it's so
On
it's yeah. I don't really have the words to describe it. It's disgusting in a way. That
on
yeah. Sorry,
I
go on.
was gonna say, on the flip side, Madrid had probably the best response you can have to losing out on the player that they've been chasing for however long now by winning the Champions League. But I guess what's kind of sucks for them is I think they probably, if they knew they were losing out on Mbappe sooner, they probably would have pushed harder to get someone like Haaland. I would imagine so.
Yeah, that's true.
And now that he's gone to City, I mean, I still look at Madrid's squad and I'm like, I mean, they're pretty set still. They don't have someone to sort of succeed in terms of for Benzema, because Jovic is not the guy. I'm sure he's going to be gone. I don't know who they get in terms of a center forward. I'm sure Benz is still going to be good for another season or two, possibly. But yeah, I wonder if Madrid spends now on a winger now that they don't have Mbappe coming in.
We still have Rodrigo in the ranks as well. We forget. He's pretty highly rated. Had a big impact in the Champions League this season. But
I was gonna say, other than Benzema, their forward line is actually quite young.
yeah, but he's the only center forward of note. Is Jovic there?
No,
I think
yeah.
Jovic is there.
Jovic is there, but he doesn't play, and he's gonna be gone.
Yeah, so they do need a striker. I think Mbappe would have played up front a lot. He was probably being looked at as the heir to. You know, they will probably still sign Mbappe in 3 years. That's the stupid thing about all this.
Oh, they'll forget. Oh, they'll forget all about this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They'll still sign him in 3 years, and unless PSG offer him €1 billion this time, and he'd have to sign it because who wouldn't? But yeah, Real Madrid will be fine. They signed Tchouameni, right? Or Tchouameni?
It's
Sorry.
not.
They're still in for him, but nothing has been signed or decided yet.
Okay, but that would be a crazy good signing to go with.
Yeah.
They have low-key retooled their entire midfield, and it's just waiting in the wings to take over from Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro.
Valverde, Camavinga, and Tchouameni is.
Yeah.
That is a good midfield.
That's a midfield of the future.
Yeah. Yeah. Who thought Real Madrid would be the club leading the way for succession planning? That's wow.
That's
Times have changed.
wild to me.
Yeah.
Wild to me in the post-Galacticos era.
Yeah.
But looking a bit closer to the Premier League, it looks like Ivan. Yeah, we do. Ivan Perisic is apparently quite close to signing for Spurs. Another Conte man.
I'll leave this one to Tommy because I don't get it, but you know.
Well, he wasn't Perisic just like annually linked with United for like 5 seasons?
It was.
It was when Mourinho was in charge.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, what is he? 33 now?
Yep.
I believe so.
Yeah. Interesting signing.
Look, I think Spurs have realized that they need a Croatian in the squad to win the Champions League, because I think going back to like 2014, there's been at least one Croatian winning every year, and Spurs have realized that they need to fill that quota. Get that. It's a diversity hire, is what I'm saying.
I will say he was one of Inter's best players this season. So he's definitely not like washed by any sense, and I think he was looking for maybe a longer contract than a 2-year deal possibly at Inter. They didn't want to give it to him. So, I mean, it's not a, giving
He
a
was one of
33
Inter's
year old.
best players this season. Is that true?
It's true. It's true. Yeah,
Yeah?
definitely.
Okay.
I mean, you look at Inter, they didn't have. I guess they had a good season, but they didn't win anything. But
They won the Coppa Italia, didn't they?
oh, did they win the
Yeah,
Coppa
they
Italia? Oh, they won the Coppa Italia. Never mind, I'm wrong. They won the Coppa Italia.
I was gonna
But,
say they won more than Chelsea did.
Yeah,
Throwing shade at them.
but yeah, I mean, it's also it's a good sort of player to have in terms of depth on your squad when you have Kulusevski, Son, and Kane still up top. So yeah, not a bad signing.
Elsewhere, we have Aston Villa making a couple of signings as well. Diego Carlos from Sevilla and Boubacar Kamara from Marseille.
Yeah.
The thing that worries me here about this is that getting the Sevilla center back means I wonder if that means Koundé's price goes up, because they don't want to. Sevilla doesn't want to lose both their starting center backs in the same window, at least not for cheap.
Do we know how much they paid for Diego Carlos, or was it a free transfer?
I don't know.
I think it was, wasn't he? We can check. Looks like he was free.
Okay, because
He was
in my
not
mind,
free.
Diego
He was
Carlos.
26 million.
Oh, okay.
26 million.
In my mind, Diego Carlos was always just a centre back on Sevilla who would always get a card. That's all I remember him for.
Yeah, he. I don't know how good he is. That's the truth. So, yeah, I know he's aggressive, but in terms of actual quality, it's hard to say. The Kamara one's interesting. He actually plays quite similarly to Douglas Luiz, in a way, but it does give them extra athleticism in that midfield, which is something Gerrard clearly likes. So, as ever with Villa, they make a lot of good signings per se. It's how they all mesh together. And last season, the signings didn't really work, but it's a decent start. We'll see how it goes. Are you still going for Koundé? Is that why you're interested in his price going up, Tommy? Is that?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's certainly. I mean, don't forget we've lost Rudiger to Madrid.
Isn't Koundé like 5'10"?
He's not the tallest lad, but he's also
Don't you have
very...
another French center back who's like 6 foot and pretty useless? Like, I'm not saying Koundé is useless, but
but you can't compare it. Koundé is very good on the ball, and I think
okay, what
that
about
is
off
the main.
ball?
I mean, he's a highly rated center back. He may not be the tallest guy, but he's still quite assured back there.
Yeah, he plays right back a lot when he plays for France. So I don't know if going from Rudiger to Koundé is,
Oh, I know what you mean, but it's more like we desperately gonna need a center back. So he's always we were wanted him. Was it last summer?
Yeah, I remember.
I
thought you
so
signed
I don't.
him. It was
Yeah, same with me. I thought we had him too. Yeah. So I don't see why now that we've lost a center back and potentially more defenders are on their way out, I don't see why we wouldn't be back on him. But yeah, I mean, in terms of Chelsea, I think I just go in terms of Chelsea. I mean, I would assume the new owner, Boli, would want to send a signal that he wants to spend. So I would yeah, my assumption, yeah, I am hoping, but my assumption would be like, he would want to have a big summer, and then maybe after that's when he cools down and then stops the spending. But yeah, definitely defense is where we need to start, especially like I said, losing Rudiger. I'm hearing Marcus Alonso could be on his way out. Azpilicueta should be on his way out. Christensen has been linked with Barcelona for like a whole year. So yeah, like another full wing back, maybe two to kind of supplement with Chilwell and James. Again, up top, Lukaku, I don't envision him, as much as I want to, I don't envision him leaving, because I mean, who's gonna pay for him? Who's gonna buy him? So maybe we are stuck with trying to fix that situation.
Lukaku to Real Madrid. Watch
Hey,
the space.
They need a striker.
Yeah.
They
They
need a
do.
striker.
They do, yeah. That's I mean, I'm not against that either. So then maybe a striker for us would be in the links, and then another midfielder too. Honestly, like I don't know who, in terms of names, but for me, my biggest thing with Chelsea is get that defense sorted out, and then work on the other things.
Their defense is a mess right now.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the Lukaku interview where he says he's always dreamed of playing for Madrid ever since he was a little boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it Robbie Keane who had like a letter drafted that he just switched the clubs for every single
Yes.
Really?
Yes, it's fantastic. Fantastic work.
Yeah.
I mean, we've covered Chelsea. Tony, what do you think Arsenal need to do this summer?
Do we have time? It's just
If you can keep it to like a couple of minutes, that would be great.
okay. Well, good luck. Look, we need forwards. We've lost Aubameyang. We're losing Lacazette. We're hopefully losing Pepe. Yeah, those are three starting forwards that cost Arsenal close to 150 million? No, more than that. But yeah, we need forwards. Martinelli, Saka, Nketiah, if he stays, which it looks like is happening. Smith Rowe, they've done a decent job at carrying the burden, but as we saw at the final stretch, you need players who have been there and done it when the pressure is on. And we definitely need a center forward. We've been linked with Gabriel Jesus. I think that would be a fantastic start. Nowhere near enough, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see if that happens. I have my concerns that I don't know why he'd come to us at this stage, but you never know. Money talks. But yeah, we need another explosive. We need a winger for sure. Someone who moves players back. Someone with speed, someone with power. And yeah, we need midfielders as well. So we've been
You're starting to sound like what I'm going to sound like when we come to Man United.
We need a new squad.
Yeah, we do. We need. I mean, seriously, we need.
Well,
more
I mean,
creativity
that makes sense.
in midfield.
That was Arsenal's big issue, right? Like they had a good starting 11, but when like Thomas Partey went down,
We had a
or,
good
like,
starting
a centre back would get suspended.
We had a good starting 10, and then
Sure, I
anybody
forgot
up
that
front.
Cedric was part of that. I
No,
forgot that Cedric was
Cedric's
part
not a
of
starter. Relax. I'm talking
By
about.
the end, he was. I'll give you a good starting 9.
Tommy is our starting right back. Not Sandy.
Oh,
Tommy
well
is-
done, Tommy. Good
Wow.
for you.
Well,
I
yes.
didn't
realize
realize
you could
yeah.
play in defense.
Oh my god.
You know, it's not your natural position, but I think you could do a good job there. Well done.
Ex-
Well done for
explains-
cracking the
explains.
starting lineup.
Both of us have played. All of us, I guess, have played defense. He can do it, but no. Tommy is our starting right back. We just haven't had a striker all season, but we need more creativity in midfield. Yuri Tillemans, it's a player I really like. Low hanging fruit. Right now, that's the link. If that doesn't happen, there's something wrong with the club, and there is something wrong with the club. But and we probably need to add more physicality in there. In defense, probably less work to do. I personally would sell Kieran Tierney and buy another left back, but that's probably not going to happen. And God, we need to get rid of Cedric and buy another right back. But hey, so we need like what, 6 players?
So
Just
you
for
end up
6?
with 1.
Yeah, I mean we did sign 6 players last summer, so there is precedent. But
Speaking of clubs that are a mess, the big news out of Man United is that Ralf Rangnick is not even going to be a consultant now. He's just done, which raises the question of what was the point of the entire last 7 months.
Worst signing. Worst signing Man United have
terrible.
ever made. Terrible. He got off lightly. He was rubbish for you guys.
I'm not sure how he managed to get the Austria job on the back of that.
I don't.
But I don't know. Like, if he's not staying on as a consultant, that was the entire point of bringing him in as interim, was to have him as consultant. And I'm like, what is the point of any of this? But you know what? If whenever the interesting thing to me was, oh god, my alarms are going off.
Time to wake up, is there? Every pod now. It's become a new kettle.
You think I would have realized? It's been like 4 weeks of this.
It's been the time.
And we're on to the last pod of this season, and it's still going off. But the interesting thing to me was, like, whenever they'd ask Ralph Rangnick about anything Ten Hag related, he seemed to not really know what was going on. And I don't know. Somehow sums up the club. There's no forward thinking, but we hope, we pray. Just copy pasting everything Tony said about Arsenal. Then that's what United need this full tear down and rebuild at this point. So we'll see what they do in the summer. Can't wait for them to inevitably disappoint me.
You need at least 8 players.
Yep.
I mean, okay, let's pretend let's keep the hair in net.
I think they keep the hair in net this season because they're like, there's too much else to fix.
Yeah.
You need center back, right back. Let's pretend we keep Luke Shaw at left back.
Okay.
Because it's too many. There's too many holes to fill for one summer.
I agree.
So. Center back, let's say right back. I'd want like 2 central midfielders because there's such a dearth in that department in the squad.
I guess Van de Beek's coming.
I'm keeping it realistic for this summer, and like I think Fred was good, and I think you get James Garner into the squad after the season he's had, and give him a run.
Here we go.
How much am I
at? Big Fred and James Garner.
Oh, yes.
God. Let's go.
No defensive midfielders. No, that's why you get 2 more. We need a right wing. We need a striker.
Who's your left wing? Sancho. Okay.
Probably Sancho. It's like that's 6 off the bat, and that's me saying like, okay, we hang on, and that's me saying just 1 center back, where in all likelihood we may need 2.
Okay. Yeah. You've been very conservative.
Drag me down.
You've been very conservative with your assessment of
drag me down. Look, I'm trying to keep my head above water.
You need to sell Varane quick. Get rid of him and buy 2 center backs who can stay fit and are good at football. PSG, they will buy him. Sell him while he's still viable, honestly. But
you just gotta negotiate with Mbappe first and convince him. That's all.
Director of football / footballer, Kylian Mbappe.
General manager Kylian Mbappe.
Wow.
But I mean, moving on from the shit show teams, what do we think Liverpool need to do this season? They were on the verge of 4 trophies. They ended up with 2. Where do they need to improve?
They need to improve their scheduling so they're not doing a bus. Trophy celebration tour the day after losing a Champions League final. Did you guys see that? The lamest.
We'll put down office manager.
Office manager. Yeah, it's very important.
You can't do the parade like before the Champions League final. Right?
No, but you can wait. You can wait at least a few days. Yeah.
No, I thought it was fine. I thought it was
Ah.
fine.
Don't the players have to leave for an international break?
Oh, right. There's international. Oh, Nations League. All that crap
You're
is
just
happening.
haters, man. Leave Liverpool alone. They're
No,
not-
fuck that.
course-
no,
of
no.
course we're
None of you
haters.
left me alone all season. I'm not gonna leave
You
them
guys were
alone now.
shit. That's
Yeah.
the difference.
And now I have the chance to shit on someone else, so I'm gonna fucking do it.
Okay. Liverpool probably need. Do they need a striker? I guess not. They have Jota there.
I guess it depends if because Origi's leaving, right? And
Depends
then
on if Firmino stays.
yeah, the Firmino one's the big one. And you know what? Like, Thiago can't stay fit. Naby Keita hasn't really, shown brightly. And then I don't know. I feel like they need a midfielder. I feel like they
agree
do
with you,
need
a
someone in
creative
there.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many games? Thiago must have stayed fit. He stayed fit this season, no?
He played a lot of games, but
But how much? I don't think he ever really plays.
he's got a
90 that much.
he's got a very dicey injury record.
No,
though.
in fairness, he only played 25 league games, so
Okay.
it's a fair point. It's pretty low for a player of his quality. Yeah, so
And-
probably need reinforcements in midfield. I mean, Henderson's not playing that much anymore. Don't think he still has the legs to do it. And the only person who has any staying power in the team is Fabinho, so he needs some help in there.
And do we think City need anyone, or is Holland the
City-
extent of it?
I mean, it's not just Holland. They got Julian Alvarez. Is that
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I didn't. It's look, whatever City. Yeah, God.
who I do think
They'll
that
sign
they,
some more left backs or something.
Yeah, Cucurella is one that I think they
Yeah,
they
they're
were
getting
linked
with
to.
him as well. It's just like
It's like great, another great player going their way.
I think
He'd be really
I-
good for them too, wouldn't he?
I feel like Liverpool's
Yeah.
cycle is coming to an end. In terms of, I mean, I think we said this at the start of the season, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm not saying that again because it's clear that my start of season predictions are not good.
How about your end of season predictions or your, predictions before the season starts?
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
That's what I meant.
Tony, if Liverpool's cycle's coming to an end, I mean,
nobody.
there's no one else that's going to stop City. That's it.
Yeah. City have won 4 of the last 5 Premier League titles. It's gonna be 6, 5 and 6, and then 6 and 7, and then maybe we have a Newcastle Man City dance off for the 7th one.
Lovely.
Well, what a
yeah,
depressing note to
Yeah.
end the last part of the season on.
Yeah.
Which I guess is only fitting for the seasons our teams had.
Yeah.
But
It's been great.
I'm
any
still,
other
I'm
a
still,
last couple of things that we want to get in there before signing off?
yeah, I'm still looking forward to next season. I'm not like, I
Are
don't
you,
know
though?
how. Yeah, no, for real. I
How's
am.
the
I am.
Chelsea-
'cause-
Don't you worry. Don't
That-
you worry, dear listeners. We will break Tommy by the end.
you
I-
have no idea what real pain feels like. It's coming.
No, I don't. But the way the season ended definitely wasn't enjoyable. But yeah, no, I have hopes that we will be competitive again.
I finally.
I'm
watched
not gonna
the,
say
the Rudiger players tribune.
right. Yeah, I watched that too. Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah.
You know what I'm wondering now, because you look at Madrid and Alaba and Militao were such a great centre back pairing. I don't think they're going to go to 3 at the back now with Rudiger. I wonder who starts the majority of those games now.
Rudiger
'Cause
and Militao. And you move Alaba to
Rudiger.
left back.
Oh, you move
Midfield.
Alaba left back. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not a problem. Madrid will be
okay.
fine.
Easy done. Okay.
Yeah. There's always room for good players. Yeah. Oh, Koundé and Malang Sarr and Aspilicueta. Back 3.
No, Aspilicueta, please. I think it's time to move on. Go back to Spain, end your career there. He's won everything you can win with Chelsea, and we saw he's not at the pace for Premier League football anymore.
Hey, just
Doing
hang on,
mistakes.
hang on for him for when you end up in the Conference League for next season.
You don't want to talk. He just about made it to
He
Europa.
just avoided it, yeah.
Yeah.
But we did make it, didn't we?
Yeah. Congratulations.
Hey, you know what?
In spite of ourselves.
It's made me happy to see Mourinho win with Roma. He looks like so much
He was in
younger
tears.
now.
He was
Yeah.
in tears after that trophy. It's like, okay, I don't get what's going on here, but hey,
No, that's what the season at Tottenham does to him, man.
Yeah.
sacked him
No,
before
he-
a final. Insane.
He just looks so much healthier and younger and happier at Roma, and I'm glad to see it.
Nah,
and
fuck
whatever.
Fuck him. I don't care about Mourinho. Honestly, you can go.
Okay. The fact that we moved off topic to Mourinho means we should wrap this up.
We were bringing up a football topic. Roma won the Conference League. Congratulations.
Yeah, Roma winning. Yes, exactly.
Don't know how they did. Patricio had a great final, just like Courtois did.
Just undermine my authority. See how it is.
It's been happening all season. But yeah,
Yep.
well done, boys. We've made it. We
Made it through a full season.
first season of 442. We're all still standing, talking.
Speak for
Barely
yourself.
standing.
Yeah,
I don't think I can physically stand.
that's a fair point.
I've never in my life had a hip flexor injury, and it is maybe the worst injury I can get.
Welcome,
Yeah.
Connie. Yeah.
I mean, I guess the biggest thank you has to go out to everyone who's listened with us and subscribed to us and just been a part of this for an entire season. We genuinely love and appreciate every single one of you. If you haven't, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at 442. Subscribe if you haven't. We're available wherever you get your podcasts. We will still be around over the summer, but it'll be a bit more infrequent. We'll pop by every couple of weeks to chat about transfers, chat about the news, and just generally see what nonsense has gone on in the football world. But for one last time this season, thank you for joining me, Tommy.
All right, cheers, guys. Had a lot of fun throughout the course of the season, and I certainly look forward to when we do have a big transfer come in over the summer and having to talk about that with you guys for sure.
Can't wait for you to sign Harry Maguire.
Yeah,
Please.
I will be on vacation in that time. Okay.
And thank you for joining me, Tony.
It's been a pleasure, boys. And I echo everything Uzair said. Really appreciate all the listeners and interactions we've had through the pod. And it's kept me going through some dark times this season. So
Oh yeah, feel free to keep sending Tony some aggressive tweets. We welcome them.
at 13, Tony 13. Yeah.
Once again, thank you so much for listening. We'll see you in a few weeks. Bye-bye.